This is Martin Giles of the Guildford Dragon News, and I'm with Tess Fayers, who's a spokesperson for Thames Water. Tessa, thanks for giving this interview. Can you just give a summary of what the current situation is here with the water supply in Bramley, please?
Absolutely. So we have overnight issued a restriction of use notice to 616 properties in the Bramley village. The reason that we have done that is because we have identified through 3 samples that we took yesterday elevated levels of hydrocarbon, which we're concerned about. So as a precautionary...
When you say hydrocarbon,
yes.
Are we talking petrol?
Yeah, well, yes. Originally the source of this was a contamination issue. Where residents of Bramley are well aware of this, there have been issues at the petrol station. Unfortunately, there was a leak probably some years ago now, and that has then led to contamination in the area, and it's now affecting our water supply.
So what's Thames Water doing about it?
So several things. Firstly, we are ensuring that we have regular sampling so that we can keep on top of the information and understand where we're seeing issues. You may be aware that a couple of weeks ago we identified an issue for St Catherine's School, and we've been working with them ever since. And as I said, we saw these 3 samples yesterday that gave us cause for concern, hence the precaution. What we're also doing is providing alternative water supplies for customers. So we've made drops of bottled water to the 616 impacted properties.
And we can see one behind you.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm here today at the Bramley Library, and we also have another one at the Park and Ride at Artington, which I appreciate is a bit far away, but that's helped us because we can have our logistics hub there.
Okay.
And the last thing we're doing is we've identified some sections of pipework which are quite close to the petrol station and the source of the contaminants, and we're working to take those sections of pipework away and replace them, and that will probably take between 3 and 4 weeks for us to conclude.
Now, this is a petrol contamination. Does Thames Water feel culpable in any way?
Well, as you say, it is a contamination of our water supply from a third-party source, and so we are working with partners across the borough, as well as with ASDA and their specialist environmental consultants, to understand how this could be impacting our water supply area, and also what we might be able to do to resolve the issues.
Okay, you must feel for local residents, because it wasn't long ago that they had an interruption to their water supply, at least some of them around here.
You're absolutely right, and I've been personally involved in that for quite some time, and so I do really feel for customers for the disruption that they are living through, especially in this particular area.
So how long is it likely to continue?
Well, as I said, the works themselves will be a timeline of between 3 and 4 weeks. We want to make sure that we're really careful when we bring that back into supply, but I will say it is an evolving situation. We need to be guided by what the science is telling us. We need to continue to routinely sample, and we will continue to keep customers informed with anything that we find.
I mean, given it's a ground contamination problem, isn't it possible it could go on for some time?
Well, I'm not an environmental specialist, and so that's why we're working closely with ASDA and their environmental specialists, so that they can help us understand the extent of the hydrocarbon plume, where it might have gone, and where it might go to next. And that's why it is an evolving situation, and we need to keep on top of it. We need to continue to be proactive and continue to be guided by what our sampling results are saying.
Tessa Fayers, thank you very much.
Thank you.